Welcome back everyone to another competition week. I just took a dip in the ice cold New Zealand waters. Not really too cold, but took a dip, and here we are making the Oceania Championships competition week video. Man, what a good time. What a good time it was. Most will know that New Zealand ended up coming second once again. Australia came out on top. And to start off, guys, this was the closest competition in a team event that I have ever had in my entire life. Usually Australia comes out on top by quite a margin. Historically, the Aussies have always had a stronger program than Team New Zealand. But this time, fam, we gave them a run for their money because it was close. In the end, it was a 0.5 difference between Australia and New Zealand, and it was fair game. We had some mistakes, Australia had some mistakes, and you know, much respect to every single one of the Australian team members. It was a really fun competition. So again, Australia drew the first coin, meaning that they started on every single apparatus and New Zealand went second. I think that's a good thing. Not that it really matters, because in the end both teams get an even amount of rest. Now, what you might find in other team events, for example Commonwealth Games last year, it was 2 teams per apparatus and they flip-flopped. So we were with Great Britain or England, and I forget who started on floor, but let's say England started on floor and we went second on floor, and then flip-flop. So then on pommel horse we went first, England went second, and this was really problematic because we would be having it was either a really short turnaround where you had to run from one app to the next and get straight into your one touch, or you would have a legit 20 to 30 minute wait before touching any equipment at all. Speaking about touching equipment, my face almost touched the mat in that double-double, and I'm grateful my Achilles actually held out, because Achilles was one of the worries of this competition. But hey, I got through the whole thing with one piece. My wrist is intact, my Achilles is intact, so we did everything right. I want to give a big thank you to all of the New Zealand team members, including the coaches. This time around, David Colvin from down south in Olympia. David's home club is Olympia down in Christchurch. He took us around with Scott O'Callaghan, and Scott has some amazing juniors. I'd say Scott has the biggest like junior senior, meaning juniors but kind of level 7 plus athletes. I'd say he has the biggest number in all of New Zealand. So Scott's an amazing coach, David's an amazing coach. The vibe with everybody was unreal. I gotta say, this was probably the most fun competition I've had, you know, perhaps ever, because not only was there the seniors, but I did mention last time there was juniors at the competition as well. And yeah, so big thanks to both coaches. David Colvin, stag.official on Instagram, you can check him out there. STAG, like the stag leap that we all do on floor, and you'll see plenty of content from David there. Also a proud supporter of Turn Gymnastics apparel, so he's hooked me and Sam up with a couple hoodies in the past, which we really appreciate. So anyway, here podium training is coming to an end. I wish I could dismount like that every time. Oh man, where do we begin about the competition? You know, podium was the day before the comp, so I had to play our cards really. Phone runs out of memory once again. So of course we couldn't do too much at podium training, but we needed to test out the big skills, like the casino, which I probably could have caught This high bar actually gave me quite a hard time. I did another whiplash, much like the Doha World Cup right here. Hand just didn't find the bar. Oh yeah, if you slow-mo that, you will see a bit of a smack into the mat. So I made sure I took a whatever I took, ibuprofen or whatever after the comp, just in case the migraine set in like it did in Doha, because that was rough. But anyways, no migraines, so I was okay, and we finished things off with a clean Coleman. Man, can never quite get rid of that cowboy. Looks like that Achilles stung, and this wasn't much better. I really didn't want to have to do a whip back 2.5 after already feeling a sting in my Achilles on the double, but had to test out all of my passes at least once. So in the end, got it done. Alright, looks like we're at the end. Competition is about to begin. Connect those heels, connect those heels. So here we are, 5-2 difficulty, 13.333 final score, which was, I was very happy with that score, considering some of the mistakes. Foot went out of bounds there, and I forgot to connect the heels, so I probably would have got a bit of deductions for not connecting the heels either. A 3 for the step, a 1 for the out of bounds, and whatever it is for not connecting the heels. I don't know what that was, but I've been ripping that 2.5 so early. Haven't quite been digging my feet into the floor well on the whip, which has been causing quite a whippy 2.5 twist, but of course it should be going sky high. Both presses went well, and you might have noticed I was going up extra slowly because there's so much adrenaline coursing through the veins that even at, you know, I've probably done thousands and thousands of reps of presses in my life, but still I was like, whoa, 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 shaky, shaky. And giving away a 0.3 there. So anyway, I thought that was a good score for the routine, and I was expecting a bit lower. Pommel 4.0 start value and a 12.2 score. So right off the bat, I gave away 0.3 for the hip angle there. And I was disappointed because that was one of the places that I was really paying attention to in my trainings, to try and do that scissor to handstand fast and straight. And only a C dismount, fam. So right there we had a 3 and a 3, and you've probably already done the calculation in your head. Had I done a clean pommel horse, Team New Zealand would have come out on top. But you can't play the blame game, you know. Everybody could have had some areas of improvement. And like I said, Australia had some mistakes too. So in the end, it was fair game. Now I did get a little bit stuck on that Yamawaki. Happy that they paid it though. So I think it was a wise decision that I made after World Cups to just admit the strength and do the double dismount. Worked out quite well for me. 13.833 on vault. So pretty much as well as it could have gone, let's be honest. I don't do any reps on hard. I didn't even do it in the podium sesh, so yeah. But here's where it only begins, you know. It's all around starting on floor is tough for me because the first 4 Paradas are relatively easy routines. There's nothing too much to stress about. And then all of a sudden comes P-bar, where there's all sorts of potential mistakes. Of course, the Peach 1 Healy is a massive risk. The giant Diamond is, it shouldn't be, but it is a risky skill for me. Grip is always an issue, and of course technically that skill does have its issues. But hey, I finally put that stutz to handstand. Heaty was good, and the double pike was as good as I could have done it. So, you know, always getting lucky at Oceania with these P-bar routines. I think I've done a couple of 14.8s, and now I got 14.7. So we finished things off on high bar, and fam, you probably know high bar is like a 50-50. And you know, we were sitting 0.6 behind Aussie at this point, so I knew I had to do the big routine, and it paid off. Some messy legs, but you know, probably just 0.1s I'd say. And I was super happy about a 13.8 score. That's a personal best for me. Somehow I always leave one skill out, and this time it was the quast. You'll notice there one of my hands didn't shift properly after the Stalder. So I thought, you know what, let's just call it there and finish off. So there you have it, guys. As always, thanks for the support. 6 out of 6 events, happy chappy, and till next time.